have been distracted by Hindu Man, and Evil Lemons looked a bit distracted in game number 1. I've seen them play better there.
Sure.
And that just seemed, like I said, distraction is honestly like not even just making a joke. I think distraction is the word. They just didn't seem as locked in as I've seen them in the past. So game number 2 might be a little bit different. We'll get into P's and B's very soon and see where these guys look to shake things up. Arlong Shen didn't work. Period. End of story. Pick something different. I did not like that selection in the solo lane. And then watching it, all right, it's your job. Because that during, I mean, you're the solo laner. When it comes to objective time, that's your, all right, I'm going to zone. We've seen Divios do it. And he goes like this. Please don't come in. And they just walk right past him. It didn't work.
Not that time around. And unfortunately for him, he couldn't really make those rotations happen in the earlier stage.
Yeah.
He lost his tower very early. He got dove under that tower and fell. And when there's 2 players between your tower and your tier 2, you kind of have to wonder, like, all right, I need some assistance here. But if you're going to first pick Arlong Shen or any god in the solo lane, it has to have more of an impact, that oomph that you're really missing out of the team environment.
Same bans in game number 2 as we saw in game number 1. And the first pick, Arlong Shen, will not change. Evil Lemon's going to stick with the dog and the guy. That's the official way to talk about Arlong Shen. The dog and the guy.
The dog.
Arlong Shen, the first pick here. And again, it did not impress me the way a non-traditional first pick really needs to. Why the double down in game number 2?
I think that they're just not going to run it all back, but maybe figure out a way to cater to him.
Sure.
Maybe invade some blue buffs. Try to get this Arlong Shen ahead. Maybe their specific strategy is successful in practices to the point where they feel like they can run it now. And maybe they played against all these teams in the PlayStation League to the point that they know that the Arlong Shen is a priority pick, so they might as well get it now.
Coalition changing things up here. Last time they picked Discordia and then Kakulin. Now they pick Kakulin and then Discordia.
Big difference.
Yeah. Coalition last time around banned out Poseidon in the second round of bans. Evil Lemon's going to take the Water God here before they have the opportunity to say no. And Athena's going to look for the follow-up, the top players into the Kraken.
I like it. The cripple, really important to really keep Discordia locked down. Or even if she does jump away, just drop the Whirlpool all over the cloud.
It's the size of the cloud.
Pretty much. So she has to get out of there or just get stuck in that vortex.
We'll see how it goes down. Gab the selection here for Coalition. They're going to ban out Relating's Robin. Don't want to see that.
Not too surprising the way he was able to change some of the effects of that game. Being able to play cleanup was a huge impact, really preventing SweetPatato from just really popping off that game.
You know what Robin's saying right now? Not sweet. That's what he's saying.
I have to cast it.
Circuit banned out by Evil Lemons. No a Wheelish either. Last band coming out here. What do you expect?
Out of Evil, well, the band, I was going to say the Alcong was banned last game, so Circuit, Alcong, got a picture memory.
CoalitionGG looking for another selection here. Last time they posed their Hunter here.
Yep, the Hachiman yet again going to be selected. It worked out to the point of just team fights. The mounted archery follow-up from Beaudilla's knockups were working out very well, especially that triple knockup.
Yeah, the best step.
It's good for getting in and out of the action because if you jump on the Geb, expect a knockup, maybe even Cataclysm, so you just got to instantly be ready to pounce back.
Soul the selection here as well. Evil Lemons will double up on that. This will be played in the hunter position one more, or this time around. Unless we see Poseidon over there. Ratatasker, the jungle of choice for Coalition. We're going to ask you guys again to predict the victor for this one. We'll choose right, and I'll give you a thumbs up.
I think Coalition still has a solid roster. I think that the Ratatasker is significantly better than the Susanoo for team fighting and for finding these ganks individually, so SweetPatato should be having a relatively easy time about ganking some of these side lanes. So
should be very interesting. Game number 2 on the way. What do you want to see out of Evil Lemons?
Out of Evil Lemons, I'm looking for counter engages from this Ratatasker. I'm looking for ways to prevent the Ratatasker from just popping off the same way he did the last game on the Susanoo. You got to make sure that Kreeper is going to have a successful laning phase. If you're going to pick the Arlong Shen this early, you got to look for those blue buff invades, maybe.
Yeah, I don't get it. So traditionally, you generally will look for the powerful characters in your first selection. Freya's not in the game, sure. That's a different conversation. But for the sake of this one, when you're going to deviate away from the norm or the meta for selections, it's usually because you are getting a comfort pick for a newer or bad player on your team, or you're getting this monstrosity pick that they're gonna take or ban or something, right? So, I mean, Kreeperkun on this one, I know he's not a bad player. I've seen him play other stuff, but this Arlong Shen just was lukewarm to prioritize it first, and then to do it again is, I need to see some, like, flu game type stuff to really justify that.
So if you're looking for cleanup, Arlong Shen is probably one of the best go-tos outside of Osiris, I would say, in terms of being able to chase people down. That Mink form to just catch up to everybody with the Fatalis effect makes it so difficult to get away if your name is not Amaterasu or Giannis. So I think the rest of the Coalition, as long as that they stay even or ahead, they don't have to worry about that dive potential. Just play off of one another the same way they did in Game 1.
LusTrouZ able to dissuade the enemy from invading him just by dropping down the old whirlpool, and so he'll walk away no problem. King O'Reilly now on the Soul. Last time around was LusTrouZ, the mid lane player. Now we see the Hunter player, or the carry player picking this one up. SmiteVOD.
Stole away the big one. Very important steal. Keeping the Bastet now level 2, still relating. Can't afford to fall behind. This is a jungler-driven season. Normally, most seasons are, but this one, unlike most others, and SmiteVOD will hit level 5 first, so the difference between through the Cosmos versus having the kitties available should favor Coalition.
Yeah, I think Smite in general has always been jungler-heavy, jungler-focused, but with a much smaller map, the other carries on the team became much more impactful. Or, I don't know if that's the case, much more impactful in the laning phase because rotations were much easier, and your jungler was assisting in a big part of it. But with the advent of Season 5 in a larger space between the lanes, rotations have become more punishing, and so players will opt to stay in the lane rather than rotate more often, and it's really up to the jungler to provide either the triage or the artillery, depending on if you're helping or hurting as you show up to the lane. So it's really up to the jungler to really set the pace of the game and then choose where and when to go.
SmiteVOD looking for his own blue buff invade. We were talking about how Evil Lemons needs to be the one on the ball about these right side camps, but ignoring your own back camps and ignoring your own blue buff just goes to show the game plan that Coalition is coming with. Keeping Creeper in check, not allowing this Arlong Shen to really dominate, considering he already finished off the Berserker shield. He's looking to really start trading some of those basic attacks.
Yeah, theoretically, Arlong's a very strong character. I just really haven't seen it as of late. And so yeah, that's why the first selection is just so
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. That Mink form, just pop your steroid, use the Mink form. Good luck getting away from that if you don't have a Giannis portal right next to you.
Well, one of the big things, actually, I am kind of neglecting to mention, and actually remembering might even make me change my tune a bit, the Berserker shield. I mean, you've got Death Toll Plus, right? Yep. This is an item that has just come into the game, and it's empowered the basic attack warriors. Arlong Shen, no slouch.
Nice stun after the knockup, but it's already in the disapparate form. cojafox charging up the dash, doesn't really need to use it defensively. Not finding a kill quite yet, but still enough damage to maybe force Evil Lemons to back and miss out on some gold. But look at this, relating now, looking for the cleanup, wrapping around the left side behind the Gold Fury.
I think he's just...
I think he's going to get some kills.
He's coming in, he's going to jump on top of Strategic. The kitties! It ain't no rollout that time. King O'Reilly gets the first blood. Nice job for the carry.
And this time, it's going to a Hunter to get that first blood. Trying to get off that damage is very important for the Soul to just get whatever item she wants. Some Souls will opt for the Warlock Staff if they want the health, which is usually the Chronos build considering he has a lower health pool, but Soul a little bit safer with Disapparate, might be able to just finish off the boots faster.
Yeah, I like to see booties into lifesteal coming out from Soul. Even though she's not completely about the basic attacks, there's a lot of 2s and 4s involved there, if you will. I think that she works really well with lifesteal.
I would agree with you. I think if you're expecting to get dove in your backline by Beaudilla, absolutely should. So Bancroft's talent even maybe wouldn't be a bad idea because that hurts them harder when you use that supernova right at your feet as you're running away.
I've always liked Bancroft talent. Less so because of the passive. It's actually funny. Mage is a little bit more resilient these days, but once upon a time, I kind of viewed mage health as binary. Either you're alive or you're dead. If somebody's looking at you, with the old mages in mind, less items like Book of the Dead, etc. If somebody's attacking you and you're taking damage enough to actually get a Bancroft passive, you're probably dead. But 100 power plus lifesteal, yeah, I'm all about that.
Kingo really, though, did finish off that Bancroft's talent, not even wanting to get that mobility online quite yet. cojafox is going to get knocked into the wall.
So you're getting a decent amount more power here, but you're losing out on the movement speed, and you're not stacking anything with Bancroft. Interesting approach to the game. Strategic. Gets cut down. Big ultimate for the mid lane, and relating hits on the last tick.
cojafox really likes his meditation, juking out SmitePatato's ultimate. Did the Ratatasker dash just block the Athena dash? It did! A double kill for SmitePatato before falling.
Oh man, what a great play from Potato. He realized he's been had, right? He gets taunted in as Beaudilla finishes the solo kill. He gets taunted in, and Potato goes, you know what? I made a mistake and I'm dead. But I'll be damned if I don't bring you guys with me. And he goes deeper. He identifies that he's toasted, and he takes care of the double kill. Nice job there from the Ratatasker. He's 0-1-2, and both of those assists really, really count.
Better to have tried and to have failed than to have not tried at all.
And I don't think he necessarily failed. I think he didn't get 100. He got an 85.
Pretty much. He knew he was dead to rights, like you mentioned, so might as well commit for the potential kill, which was successful.
It's actually interesting. cojafox is dead there, no matter what. I think cojafox is the only one dead if he doesn't taunt. If the rat doesn't, if SmitePatato is not dead for sure, he doesn't go for the secondary kill. Because it'll kill him.
It's not a factor that you're considering as a support that's about to die.
I'm not painting that as a mistake.
Okay.
Just sort of like happenstance, kind of funny, you know.
A funny little interaction.
Yeah. How the world works is
mysterious.
Yeah. The world works in mysterious.
And what else did you say about yourself? Mysterious and.
I want it to be like I always want to be like brooding and mysterious, but I have way too big of a mouth for that. Aggression onto the Poseidon, answered as you would expect, with a big old crack into the face. MySweetPatato gets put in a pie, but LusTrouZ will trade out.
1-for-1 jungler for mid. Who's really getting the bigger benefit of it?
The enemy team.
Can't say for sure, because Gold Fury not going to get looked at by either team. It's just going to be a wash. So Relating going to get some extra farm, trying to catch up as Potato level 9 first. But Major Stacks is now a level ahead as well. So Coalition, I think, got the better end of that one.
I mean, that's one of the bigger things there. Playing as a dunk character, you always have to be careful of the from the ground characters. I've played a lot of Thanatos. Every jungler has played a lot of Thor. And here we see the Ratatasker, and they all suffer against Poseidon. They all suffer against Poseidon because once you land,
you're gonna
get Kraken.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not a question.
There's no ifs, ands, ors, buts about it.
And if you Aegis right away, then you're messing up your initiation flow.
Yep.
So you have to look for the kill, but you're just going to get cracked into the dome.
And that's why some junglers will opt to go for a Mad Guy's Cloak very early against him. And looking at the build from Potato, going for the Enchile probably.
That'll get a little bit of a silence out once he gets hit by the Whirlpool tick. If LusTrouZ is slow, then he won't be able to get Kraken. But a lot of Poseidon players can actually Whirlpool and Kraken before the Whirlpool does damage, which would trigger the Enchile's passive, which is a 1-second silence. So a lot depending on LusTrouz's ability, and I guess ping.
That's a factor too. LusTrouZ is going for a very high damaging build with this spear.
Love it.
I love this. This item is criminally underpurchased, I feel, at times.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic option. Nice shield on a Cbeaarr. But so LusTrouZ, not only is his character in a fantastic position to buy Spear of the Magus, dot damage is the best way to really apply this, but King O'Reilly, his major carry, is going to be the guy that can benefit from it as well.
Once you reduce their protections by 50, this Bancroft's Pen Boots Soul is just going to be hitting that much harder. You add a little bit of heat passive to that. for the attack speed and the magical power, and everyone's having a good time if you're Evil Lemons.
Beaudilla's having a good time here, knocking LusTrouZ up for SmiteVOD. Prime example. I mean, look, he hits the last hit and still gets cut down to half.
Yep.
Because the Kraken's just coming out.
And I'm pretty sure he got hit by the outer ring of that
Yes.
circle, not even the center. So that just goes to show that the Poseidon's only going to get scary as he's only about 2.5 items deep.
Well, 11 minutes in, or just shy of it, Coalition wind up taking down the Gold Fury, and with that, they will take up their new position. 2,200 gold in the lead, 5-4. We're 11 in.
Beaudilla still being that lane bully that he has this whole entire game. After that solo kill, which was off screen, having a 2-level lead, going for the Gladiator shield, being able to steal away the blue buff. And I think that's what it came down to, the multiple blue buff steals, keeping Kreeper really just behind.
Yeah, I mean, this whole time, Kreeperkun has just sort of wanted to play his game, and Coalition just keeps saying no. And I love that Coalition, whether they're doing this cognitively, whether they're aware of if they're doing it or not, as I stumble all over my words, they're identifying, all right, y'all pick this first pick, Arlong Shen, we better be afraid of it. And they're making sure that it doesn't leave the station. 2 levels, Beaudilla's Jr. is Kreeperkun. This is the first pick, man.
Oh, the Kraken yet again, but this time, Patato just agasing it out, even absorbing the kitties, but he wants to go back in. Goes through one branch, that's the second one.
He was thinking about it, but did not have the green light from the rest of the team. And that's probably the correct call. If this is 15 minutes in instead of 12, I say dive, dive, dive like we're in the Red October. But instead, I'm saying walk, walk, walk like I'm looking around the bases. It's just a bad look for Coalition to go that deep that early.
Great golden apple of Discordia to prevent the taunt out of Kreeper. Kingo really getting really ambitious, trying to drop a supernova there. Major stacks, avoiding a major death.
Major death.
Are you going to say that with everything we say with major stacks?
Not with major stacks, is that he's actually major stacks. I am going to salute, though.
Oh, is he actually?
Oh, I doubt he's a major in the military. I mean, maybe he is, but that's a to be a major in the military and play professional Smite. I mean, that's a big resume.
It's up there.
You remember Shadow Boy?
Yeah.
His name is Major Cosby. That's his first name, Major.
Okay, but this is not the same person, is it?
No.
That's what I thought.
Oh, no, he would be terrible. Shadow Boy, great friend. Bad Smite player.
Damn.
Average Smite player.
Okay.
He was. I was better than him. If I'm better than you in Smite, there's a problem.
That's some shots fired if I've ever heard it.
That shot's fired at myself.
On both. You're just a sucker for punishment, I think, I thought. 14 minutes in.
Let me do it. I'm chair 1. Okay? Is that cool? Can I do it? No, you know what? Totally you can do it.
Thanks, I've done.
No problem. Let's hear you recap. Oh, well, no.
Coalition gonna go in. Shield onto Potato, but he doesn't care. He's going into the backline. Egg is being used out of LusTrouZ. He's gonna go down. Beaudilla with a kill. Still diving the backline. Potato taking out cojafox. Supernova not on the mark. Can Potato get out of this one?
It's going to be a tall task over the top. Potato gets 1, actually. But Relating is able to take care of that. No problem. Tier 1 tower already down.
Now 3 for 1 at the end of the day as we're approaching the 15-minute mark. Coalition got the first Gold Fury. Not due to respawn for another minute and 12 seconds. So they're just going to have to wait on out. And with this kind of advantage, just look at the charts there. The difference between the damage. Doubling Evil Lemons' damage in this last team fight.
Nice recap. That was a good one.
Thanks.
That was a good one. That was a good post-fight recap.
They got a lot of gold, a lot of experience, and just a lot of whole time to farm these side lanes. Now they should have plenty of time to back to base, pick up wards, and control the vision around the Gold Fury.
Is that the game plan? Just look for the vision? Because it's 15 minutes in, right? Aren't you looking more towards the Fire Giant side as this game gets later?
As the game gets later, I would agree. I think 15 minutes is
a midpoint.
It's a midpoint. I think it's too quick to even be worried about a Fire Giant being stolen away while you're doing Gold Fury. As long as you have a regular Warren on that side of the map, Evil Lemons shouldn't have the timing window to really strip that away. Although if they all in commit with the kitties...
That's what I'm saying. They have the kitties and the
Erlang
scratchies and they have the Kraken Man as well. I mean, and it's a soul. This is an objective burning team.
It's possible...
But not probable?
It's definitely not probable. I think Coalition will still have time for someone to get to that side of the map and disrupt them.
Major stacks starting the Gold Fury. Strategic and Cbeaarr looking to pick it up. And my man Major Stacks making major stacks. He reminds me of there's a Paladins player named Where the Guap. And I'm all about it. He's just like, yo, I'm making major stacks.
Where is he from? Now is my next question.
Probably New York. Not so sure about major stacks here. cojafox going to be striped up and lifted.
cojafox getting chased by a very slow rock, forced to dash away out of that one. The rest of Coalition, though, are interested in this Pyromancer due to respawn any second.
Or the actual just Fire Giant.
Close.
This is an ambitious Fire Giant.
Very ambitious. I don't think their lead warrants even the attempt out of that objective. But getting the tier 1 tower for 500 gold, unfortunate set of circumstances for MySweetPatato as he falls to relating. That's going to allow Evil Lemons to maybe force a team fight, though.
Yeah, was that a bad meditation? I wasn't looking at mana values, to be honest with you. But King really chased out here by Beaudilla. Going to use the bead to avoid the nonsense from the Kreeperkun. And Beaudilla just doing Kreeperkun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's not one player down.
Oh, he's not going to jump in. Can strategic find the knock up through the wall. He's not going to even use it. Just going to shield himself because Kreeper is being a nuisance, relating, finding the long distance poke. Cbeaarr can't really do much follow-up. I thought for sure Beaudilla was going to just salmon leap in that tier 2 tower and look for an easy cleanup kill. Kingo really having to use both defensive relics and his ultimate just to survive.
One of my favorite ability names in the game, by the way.
Salmon leap?
Salmon leap.
Wasn't it you that was like, wait, what are you saying when I said it the first time?
I did not know it was called Salmon Leap. And then you said Salmon Leap, and I said, why did you say Salmon Leap?
Because he leaps like a salmon.
Well, I mean, here's the
watch. He's going to leap. Oh, wait, no, he's not, because it's going to use his rage. He needs that.
Here's the problem with Salmon Leap, is that Salmon, as MySweetPatato, takes down LusTrouZ for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Salmon are a great allegory for life, because despite the fact that they have to swim upstream, they live their life in pursuit of doing so. They always swim upstream to lay their eggs, and then they swim downstream almost as a retirement, if you will. There is no part of the game where Kreeperkun feels like it's hard for him. He's never swimming upstream, Toli. Life is not that difficult for a good Kreeperkun player. This is what he does. He just knocks you up and knocks you down. Beaudilla has been controlling this game. Please take care of the Fire Giant. Please take care of the Fire Giant. Please take care of the Fire Giant. And Coalition finally do so after dangling it out there and letting Potato die.
It's all about perspective, F-Dot. He's always swimming downstream instead.
Beaudilla running away here from Kreeperkun. We'll turn around and find the root. Hulk out! Now look for the basic attacks. Who wins in a basic attack brawl between Kreeperkun and Kreeperkun?
It's hard to say because that passive dog, it should favor the Erlang Shen.
But you're venting anger, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, honestly, just a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. Because you also got Berserker Shield, which is going to out-sustain the Gladiator Shield. It should go to Kreeper at this late in the game. But 2-level advantage, a lot of physical defense with Mystical Mail and the Vent Anger damage over time. Who knows?
Now, the fun part about Smite is, like, that's the thought process that you have to have in 0.5 seconds as you decide to take the fight or not.
Well, you're kind of just hitting each other. Like, Soul Laners don't have that much calculation. Like, I'm just going to say that right
You do,
now.
so you've tainted my view of Soul Laners.
So, the thing is, when you're that healthy and that much protection, you have a lot of health to play with.
Right.
So, you're just going to go up to each other.
And start punching?
So, you do, like, a 1 Mississippi, like, a count. No, you're actually doing a count, right?
Okay.
Like you're counting to like maybe 5-10 seconds. So like, all right, I'm winning this race in 5 seconds. If we hit each other for another minute, eventually I'll kill him.
And is that how do you just sit there and like patchwork the fight down and just
Pretty
like,
much. I mean, if nothing's happening on the map and I just want to have like a pillow fight with my enemy solo laner, I'm like, all right, let's see who would win in a race for 5 seconds, right? Because like not everyone is running a marathon to see how fast they are, right? They'll do like a 100-meter sprint or something like that, and that's kind of what that is. They're testing out their damage in a 100-meter sprint first to see if they want to run a marathon next.
It's actually very poignant. Well said, Tolly. Coalition on the left side now. 4-1 split with Ratatasker in the middle lane, dealing with King O'Reilly. Great name, by the way. King O'Reilly. I do like that name. I like Beaudilla a lot. I think Beaudilla, also a fantastic name. Major Stacks is funny, but not what I would consider a great name. Beaudilla avoids the Kraken, knocks 3 players up. He's not really swimming upstream. No. He's taking on the entire team right now.
He's looking for retirement in the left side. Phoenix Supernova trying to zone Beaudilla. Now swimming upstream, but Lucas up in the sky.
It's the rat. He's going to land and find 2 players to knock up. Nice whirlpool to zone the rest of Coalition out. What a fantastic whirlpool from LusTrouZ. That right there, that's control Poseidon. I always tell this story about how I very binarily looked at Poseidon as the quintessential example of a burst mage because of Kraken. But Aggro years ago really changed my mind as he explained to me that Poseidon is really a control mage at his core with a giant burst ability with the Kraken. And it's moves like that really do so. LusTrouZ puts down a whirlpool, and with or without a Gem of Isolation, but especially with the Gem of ISO, Coalition could not aggress any further forward because they get stuck in the whirlpool, and then it's quicksand, and they get stuck in everything else Evil Lemons want to do. Even though EL were on the retreat, if players walk forward into that whirlpool, everybody turn it around, and they're looking for the kills.
Oh, looking for the kill onto SweetPatato. Good taunt from Kreeper, but the beautiful counter knockup out of Beaudilla. He's about to transform. He's going to be looking to keep on zoning. Still swimming downstream, but not for much longer.
Yeah, he gets drowned in the Kraken man. cojafox with the last hit right there. Gonna find the first kill for the support so far.
You know how hard it is to steal a last hit like that this late in the game against the Poseidon? That takes some serious effort. That's in-con status right there.
Yeah, cojafox are sitting there like, Reach. I love you, Anatoly.
Great minds think alike, F.
Oof! Oof! Put an F in the chat for me. You guys ever tell someone they love you, you love them, and just get hit with the
Is that what you're
thanks?
doing right now?
I said I love you, and you were like, thanks. Oof!
I said great minds think alike. That means I love you too.
Oh, thank you. Kreeperkun wishes somebody would love him. He's going to try and eke his way out. Turtle Shell will get him out, and his teammates will clean up the aisle. The rat's looking for him, though. Kreeperkun taunting early to see if he can get that health shield beforehand, and he won't. The return does not return, and he gets put in the ground. LusTrouZ takes down Major Stacks. Evil Lemons now on the right side looking to stay aggressive.
This is going to be a cleanup if Beaudilla can get a little bit closer. The stun.
Kraken
going to get absorbed by SweetPatato, but a triple knockup going on in his Beaudilla. Looking to transform. He's venting the anger, F.
Oh, Beaudilla. Out of control. I loved it in game number 1, and I'm loving it in game number 2. SweetPatato.
He's got to have this one. Easy clap in the chat after that dash.
Nice job there. 12-11. Read the kills. Coalition, 7,000 gold above the opposition. And the team that won game number 1 is still looking good.
Relating might be in a little bit of trouble. He's right next to the tier 2 tower, but Beaudilla doesn't care because he's still swimming.
Yep, the kitties come out. They don't like the water too much, so Beaudilla going to get the kill right there. Bad luck 13, but everything looking good for CoalitionGG.
Fire Giant is available, but it's not going to be the enhanced version. Coalition got the first one. Need to look for another opportunity and plenty of time to do it.
So if the team, so 25 minutes is the point, right? If you start
it has to spawn after 25
Oh,
minutes.
it's not when you kill it.
Yeah, it has to spawn after 25 minutes.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Fire Giant goes the way of Coalition. No defense from Evil Lemons. So, I don't know if I like that call. They're down 7,000. Or were at the time.
And not defending the Fire Giant.
They were down 7,000. That's not completely out of it. If you look at the itemization, they're kind of lined up. In fact, they have a win in the relic department, I would even venture to say. Why was Evil Lemons not there? There's no Phoenix down. You're not down that much gold. Your itemization is similar. Your experience is similar. In fact, your mid laner has a boost above the enemy mid laner. Your jungler was dead, so he's besides the point. But LusTrouZ and Kingo really both have options to steal very nicely.
They do.
cojafox is freaking Athena. I think, Toli, that was a missed opportunity.
It would have
for
been a
Evil Lemons.
4-on-5 without their assassin Bastet, but at the same time, if you don't have the vision of the Fire Giant health, you don't actually know if they're setting up a trap, if they're actually committing to the Fire Giant, or who is waiting around what corner, because there's a lot of players on Coalition that can easily even prevent LusTrouZ from getting close to it. Beaudilla is going to keep the Poseidon in check. Venting the Anchor gives him the movement speed, being able to knock him up, just keeping him in place. And all you have to do is do a 1 Salmon Leap chase down, and half of the Poseidon's health is practically eliminated.
That's fair. That is fair. There is a threat. But if you play every play passively,
yes, then you'll never
aggress on a threat, you're not going to do anything.
I agree. But it's better to try to make a defense on these Phoenixes than to lose the Fire Giant and then lose the game.
Very true. cojafox now trying to do something to Beaudilla, and he said no. Master Stacks, Major Stacks, whatever his name is. It's Major Stacks. He wants you to remember it, as he's looked very good here. 3-1-7 for the mid lane Discordia. His teammates also doing work. His 3 dead players for Evil Lemons. Relating could be number 4. The Aegis wears out, and Potato wears Relating out. Down go 4 players for Evil Lemons. King O'Reilly, can he defend his throne room? The answer, Toli, I think, is a very resounding no. SmiteVOD controlling the mid lane mage, actually the carry mage. And the Titan will go down to Coalition right after O'Reilly gets his kill, but it's 17-12. And in 27 minutes of play, game 2 goes to Coalition.
Clean performance from Coalition. I'm looking at the jungler yet again. SmiteVOD, whether it's the Ratatasker or the Susno, he's really setting up his teammates beautifully.
I apologize to Major Stacks for missing his name up at the end of it, because in earnest, that was a big part of how that last team fight went. A great strife to keep the enemy at bay to begin with, and Beaudilla just kind of did the rest.
It was Beaudilla zoning the way he normally does on the Kakolin. I wouldn't be surprised if now it's him being the MVP.
That is my vote. Beaudilla, yes, it's Beaudilla. That's who I am saying is the most valuable player here in game number 2. I thought the solo lane prowess was that guy just played great solo.
Yeah. Found another solo kill, I think, this game number 2, being able to really start, toppling that advantage into the duo lane, into the Gold Fury objectives. Coalition could not be stopped.
Yeah, it was really tough there for Evil Lemons. A strong team in their own right, but they just looked outmatched this week versus CoalitionGG. The guys on the right side of the bat really, really looked clean. Very few mistakes, I would say, honestly. And that's what I mean by clean, is they just came out, executed, and went home.
They had a clean-cut, clear strategy they wanted to exploit, and that was invading the blue buffs. This Erlang Shen out of Kreeper didn't really bring it for me, and a lot of it came down to the blue buff invades. Even the solo blue buff invades after the assisted ones from the Rat jungle.
Yeah, that was still will be a question mark in my mind, as I don't understand the prioritization of the Erlang Shen. Maybe it's something that we just didn't see here, but for me, that was a big problem in this matchup. Just the Erlang Shen did not come to fruition for the Evil Lemons. Most valuable player will be Beaudilla, as he's been easily chilling downstream the entire game. Salmon Leap to get him inside, and then LusTrouZ just goes on home. Kraken or nah, Beaudilla doesn't have a care in the world.
No care whatsoever, and I think this play is where he goes in and tower dive, or helps tower dive by absorbing those shots.
Look at the positioning as well.
Perfect route as well. A little bit of body block. Mystical Mail ticks and the Vent Anger ticks. Pretty easy to deal with the kitties.
Yeah, no problem at all. Relating tried to make it happen on the cats. As always, I will shout out Relating. I think he's a great asset to the community. Great community content creator as well. So give him the proper due, despite being on the losing side of things. But so let's take a look at how the schedule went for today's console Monday. We saw Playing Ducks get beat up by the Bulldog Esports, and then Evil Lemons today lost out to Coalition. Off screen, Freaks took home the match, and In Control took care of strictly business.
And that's going to be the end of week number 3. So if we take a quick look at some of the standings for the PlayStation side of things, just to see where North America and Europe stack up. In Control, still in control of the North American region. Coalition trying to battle their way up.
As you said, clean and clear. They do have one loss there, but Coalition, I think, can dance with In Control in complete honesty.
Sure.
I'm really eager to see these guys kind of go head-to-head. I think it's always fun watching some of the top teams go against each other.
At Freaks, T1 in Europe is dominating that region. The other 3 have like this random 3-way split going between them.
I apologize. No, that's just something. I thought you were going to keep saying something. HRX is certainly what we're looking for. November 16th through the 18th, you can see Smite, you can see Paladins. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun for the after party as well, so make sure you get your tickets there. The HRX afterparty.eventbrite.com. The future is very bright, and I need some shades.
Oh, do you? I think those are my shades, actually.
Hey, you put them on me.
They say DreamHack, though. Look at that.
Okay, you didn't even tell me that.
Yeah, they say DreamHack. See, look.
Oh.
Imagine if I just murdered you on screen.
My will. I need to write my will. You got me thinking now.
DreamHack's going to be a lot of fun. That's what you can do in person. But if you want to do some fun stuff at home as well, make sure you're linking your Mixer account with your hi-rez. You can grab right there. You get Pro League Bologna. You also get a ton of you get the opportunity to be given gems, etc. while watching the games on Mixer.
Whether it's console, global region, whether it's going to be this Pro League, do it. You might as well. You get all those in-stream rewards and get your chance for the SPL Bologna.
Certainly something that a lot of players have been pining for, and with that option up there, certainly no reason not to do it. Mixer's been a lot of fun to stream on. We've got our console league there, our pro league as well. So some of the best Smite possible can be watched on Mixer, so no reason not to link up.
And the end of week 3, that's going to conclude the first half of the PlayStation and the Xbox scene. A lot of interesting matchups today.
Yeah, kind of a fun console Monday as we conclude week 3. Don't forget there was that Labor Day selection, so an interesting sort of distance between our 2 leagues. But as console comes to a close, was there a moment today that really stood out to you?
I think the Astral Authority versus Armada set ahead of the conclusion of the Xbox scene was definitely very interesting. To see how dominant Wolves remains to be for the Xbox, at least, is still like unfathoming. Like, how does no one stop them, you know?
For me, I really enjoyed watching CoalitionGG. They got stomped out in game number 1, and although they did lose game number 2, they identified all the mistakes and they tried to rectify them, and that is great Smite to watch. Watching over on the PS4 side of things, Beaudilla going to continuously impress me every time I see him come out. Very positive shout-outs to the PlayStation League for putting on such great performances today. That's going to do it for us here with the Console League. My name's Tom. This is Anatoly. For everybody behind the scenes, peace and much love to you.